what's going on, everybody? I am Patrick Jordan. This is Alone Together Pittsburgh, Alone Together Streaming. I want to thank you for joining us tonight on what is the beginning of our 20th week of the show. It's kind of crazy. Alone Together Pittsburgh has been going on since then, but we just keep hitting these milestones and keep chugging along. I believe we're somewhere around 300 guests over the 20 weeks, and I think this is episode 66, 67. I'm not quite sure what that is, but thank you for welcoming us into your homes or your mobile devices or your laptops, wherever they may be. Hopefully, they are socially distancing. That was just Dave Mansueto popping in. He's got a sweet clean undershirt on. That's right, Dave. Our other producer, Pete Spinda, is away somewhere right now. I don't know. He's in an undisclosed location. We're hoping to hear from him soon. But we're here. We're bringing this back to you. If you've been watching the show, this is the part where we usually tell you the results of the Engine House 25 Jagoff poll, right? But tonight we're doing it a little bit different. We did not do a over the weekend Jagoff poll so we could regroup and restructure and get ready for what we're going to be doing with the Jagoff bracket poll. We started it in March. There was no March Madness. The Engine House 25 Jagoff poll. We've decided to leave the teams that have made it to the Sweet 16. So the people who have made it to the Sweet 16 are there. Okay? It's on. They're there. But we left 2 slots for the Lil Jagoff poll, right? For the Lil Jagoff, the in-show polls. And the winner of those are now becoming, they're making their way for the big Jagoff poll. So we have a separate bracket poll with 16 of the winners of the in-show polls. All right. So that's going to be happening. And we also are going to have a little in-show poll for you tonight. But before I do, I want to tell you who's sponsoring the polls. And that would be Engine House 25 Winery. Engine House 25 Winery, if you do not know, they are located right where the Strip District meets Lawrenceville, right there in Doughboy Square. If you go to the website eh25.com, they will take care of you. They are still doing local deliveries and they are still doing curbside. So you can call. They have a wide variety of wines, all made here in Pittsburgh. The grapes are from all over the country and maybe the world. They all come here in refrigerated box trucks from Napa, different parts of California, Chile, and everywhere in between. They come here, they get taken care of. They are hand-picked, hand-selected. So go to EH25, and on the weekends, they will even do some slushies to go, wine slushies to go out of Lola's Eateries. So go to eh25.com. And also, if you say that you found out about Engine House 25 Winery on Alone Together Pittsburgh, they will give you $5 off per bottle. That doesn't matter. It could be their $25 wine. It could be their $60 bottle of wine. You get $5 off any bottle. If you buy 10 bottles, do the math, right? That's $50 you're saving. So use the words Alone Together Pittsburgh. They will even deliver if you are local. So thank you for that. So let me tell you about the in-show poll tonight. We're going to have a overnight Jagoff poll. It's back because it's the in-show winners are doing battle overnight. But we're going to give you an in-show poll tonight because we've got an exciting show for you tonight. We've got a great lineup of everything. We've got music. We've got food. We've got something awesome for you to do tomorrow. A little virtual drive-in, QED. It's going to be awesome. But before we do that, after we do that, we have a little film club thing happening here. We're trying something out because we didn't do an overnight Jagoff. We're going to do this. It is the Alone Together Pittsburgh Film Club. And tonight is Midnight Run. So if you've been watching the show from last Friday, we told you to watch that movie because we're going to be talking about it tonight, right after we finish up our last interview. So
and they still got time. They still got time to watch the movie, basically.
I don't know if we want them to do that. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Leave your window browser open so you could listen to us in one ear, then watch the movie. You're going to want to watch the movie because there might be some spoilers. There's going to be spoilers. What else are we going to talk about if we can't talk about the movie? The movie's 32 years old. What is the deadline? I'm going to put this out to you guys at home. What is the deadline for you to stop like spoiler alerts and all that kind of stuff? Is it 5 years that the movie's been out? Like if you haven't seen it yet, don't ruin it. Like are people still pissed off about wait, what is this? What is this I'm seeing? What is it? That looks like the sky. Oh, Pete Spinda, what's going on, buddy? What are you doing?
Chilling in the middle of a lake.
You still have Wi-Fi in the middle of a lake. Were you able to make it to
Barely.
shore
One
and
bar. I had
back?
to.
Since I talked to you last, talk to me.
No,
You didn't make it.
I did not make it.
Well, you better get working on that. We're going to throw to you in a couple minutes.
I sent an image. It's about the best I can do right now.
It's not going to happen. But you know what? You know, things go wrong all the time. The world's an imperfect place, Pete Spinda. But we're happy that you're here. So where are you, sir? You're on a lake somewhere.
I'm out in the middle of Pennsylvania on a lake. I decided to pull my dinghy out on the lake. So I'm just floating around, watching the sunset.
Okay, that's really exciting. I'm happy for you. Well, I guess we don't have anything else to talk to Pete about since he didn't make it to shore and back in time for the whammy. So, hey, Pete, while you're with us, Dave, let's talk to. We'll get Pete can be the first one. Who is the in-show a little jagoff poll? Because this one still has a shot to make it in.
This is like it's what? What do you got? A boat going by? What is that? An airplane? A biplane going by?
It's like Miami Vice out here.
You know what I mean? Keep it. We're doing a show here, and you got a biplane flying overhead. You know what I'm saying?
My apologies.
Bring it again. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. You got to keep your people under control.
Okay, Dave.
All right, here we go.
Tell Pete what the in-show poll is.
Well, in honor of the first ATP Film Club, and we're going to be doing Midnight Run. It stars a little-known actor, Robert De Niro, and another little-known actor, Charles Grodin. We are going to have what we'd like to call not that one, not that one. How about this one? A Grodin off. It's a Grodin off between two of what's his name, Matt Grodin. I can't remember this guy's name.
Okay,
Steve
so
Grodin.
I'll take care of this. Pittsburgh's own
Didn't
Charles
Matt Grodin
Grodin
write The Simpsons?
Patrick's not. He's just not pleased with that question
So
at all. He's just like, you're gonna fuck. Oh, whoa.
So to tighten this up, we're keeping this family show together clean. Okay, here's the deal. We are doing two Charles Grodin. I don't know if you know this. He's a Pittsburgh native. He is an activist himself. He's always has a social cause. He cut his teeth telling jokes. He lived near the zoo, and he timed his jokes out when the hyenas would laugh. Charles Grodin, Pittsburgh's own, spent a year and a half at the Playhouse, working at the Playhouse with the likes of George Peppard and Gene Ray. So just so you know, it is a Charles Grodin off. It seems like old times versus Cliff. What was the other one, Dave?
Clifford. People love Clifford.
People love Clifford.
Oh,
That was
Marty
Dave's
Short
choice.
in there.
So I'm going to tell you something. Okay, there is a specialty dish that is made in. It seems like old times. Tell me who it is, and you'll get a nice shout out in the comments here. So get that going there, Pete. Don't drown and quit playing with your dinghy. So
No way, this thing's great.
Family
Best
show,
investment I
Patrick.
made.
Family show. Just be careful on that dinghy out there. He actually has a thing. It's called a dinghy. He's on a dinghy. So all right. So Pete, who would you vote for in those two shows? Oh gosh, Pete. Oh gosh. Okay, Dave. We don't have to give him full screen.
I'm getting rid of him.
Let's just when he.
All right. I just want to say that voting starts now. Vote for your fave. We got those two movies, Grodin off. It's a Grodin off. You should see if I did everything right. The buttons are up now. Get voting, little Jag. Do it, baby. I'm out.
All right, so let's keep things rolling along here. I'm gonna not talk about news of the day. Want to just get to our first guest. Is Gina ready to pop on to talk us a little bit about Be My Neighbor Day? Hey, Gina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
So glad to be here with you.
So I'm very excited to hear about what's happening tomorrow.
So tomorrow we are having a virtual drive-in movie night from WQED, and we are calling it Be My Neighbor Day Virtual Drive-In Movie. There it is, and it features Daniel Tiger. So we're super excited about it, and I know it seems a little random, so I'll give you the backstory as to why it is what it is.
Please do.
So for several years now, WQED and the Fred Rogers Productions have been partnering to do Be My Neighbor Day campaigns in Pittsburgh. So really it's about being neighborly and doing things that, are nice for each other and being kind, which kind of is centric around Fred Rogers and Daniel Tiger. So this year we were all set to kind of do this really awesome Be My Neighbor Day where we planned to pass out kits, Be My Neighbor Day backpacks with really cool bookmarks in them and Daniel Tiger thank you notes for essential workers and coloring sheets where you could color a picture for a neighbor and sunflower seeds to beautify your neighborhood. And so we were able to, with the help of PNC and Agora Charter School, we were able to make 1,000 of those bags and distribute them through a partnership with Pittsburgh City Parks. Super great, super fun. So to celebrate all of our 1,000 families that were going to be having these backpacks and doing all this cool stuff, our plan was to, there it is. There's one of the distribution sites. Uh-huh. So at one of the parks that was on Friday. So we planned to have this drive-in movie night that was going to be actually at the Carnegie Science Center. And cars were going to be able to pull in and there are going to be able to be families there. Daniel Tiger was going to be there to meet and greet everybody. We were super excited about it. And then we had this resurgence of this virus and we were only allowed to have 50 people be in the parking lot at a time. And 50 people was like 12 cars. And so Carnegie Science Center didn't really want to take a chance of signing the contract to have that have people in the parking lot because that's kind of a liability. So my wonderful production friends and Fred Rogers Productions agreed to it. And we decided we would try this cool idea of a virtual drive-in movie. So now we can invite way more than 50 people.
I love this idea. And full disclosure, I've been watching Daniel Tiger almost every day right now. I have a 2-year-old who adores it. And I grew up on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and I hadn't seen Daniel. I had heard that Daniel was happening and my nieces and nephews had watched it. They were older and I started watching it and I got choked up watching it because how they tied everything in. It's just,
I know.
It's awesome. So I'm very excited about this and we're totally doing it here at the house tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
No.
Listen, so I know that they put I see the website up there, the wqed.org/Be My Neighbor Day. So if people that are listening and yourself, if you want to participate and you weren't able to be at one of the 10 city parks that distributed those 1,000 backpacks, all of the bookmarks, the coloring sheets, all of that is everything but the sunflower seeds. Obviously, I couldn't put that up on the website, but everything else is up on the website. The thank you cards that you can give out to an essential worker in your community or in your neighborhood. All of those things are up on our website. So you can download them, print them off, and you guys can do that as a family with your little guy or girl.
It's a little girl.
Girl.
Okay. That's awesome. So, is there any cost to people to do this, to participate?
Nope, it's totally free. So everything on the website's free and accessible. And the virtual drive-in movie night tomorrow you have to register. So it's a closed event and that information is all on the website on how to register. We're using a platform called Ovi, which is provided to us by PBS, which is really cool. So it's safe and secure and it's really easy to use. So yeah, we're going to watch the Neighbor Day episode of Daniel Tiger and there'll be a chat so you can ask questions and, hopefully we can give some kids some fun answers. And so we're really excited about trying it out. It'll be our first virtual movie night. And so I don't know, we're looking forward to it. And, we figure we have other ones that we have planned that are coming up that we're a nonprofit organization. They have nice big funders and they're for adults. So we thought, well, if Ovi kind of screws up a little bit, the kids aren't going to be all that upset. The movie will play fine, but if the chat's not great, we're not doing any kind of like live panel. So this was a
Right.
good way for us at the station to get our feet wet.
Well, that's right. Just kind of wet your beak a little bit and
Yeah.
figure out this virtual world. The wheels fall off this show just about every night. So we're trying to fake it till we make it too. So that's incredible. And I mean, we actually, I don't know, we have a thing where we, with this show over the last 20 weeks, we've tried to look for helpers, the Fred Rogers line.
I saw that little
Yeah.
slide up there. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we popped that up, and on occasion, like if anybody knows anyone who's doing something special during this to help
There it
people
is.
out, we had someone on that ran a 47-mile marathon in his backyard. We had
Wow.
we had an 11-year-old who rode to raise money, rode a ripstick, like a skateboard for 2.5 hours, trying to raise like $4,000 or $5,000. So we've been having people on periodically about that. So having you on here is just really cool for us.
Well, it's really cool for me to be on here. So
Well, thanks so much. So once again, they hit the website, and they can get the packs, the coloring pages, everything else is there. Everything's short of the sunflower seeds, but we can figure out a way to get them sunflower seeds.
that's right. And then you also can, follow us on any of our social media. I see the handles are there. So Facebook, I'm part of the WQED education team. So you can follow us at WQED EDU. Or the main WQED page is WQED, and that's the Facebook page. You can find us there. So we're super, super excited about Be My Neighbor Day tomorrow night, and hoping that we see you and your daughter and lots more of our neighbors here from Pittsburgh.
We will definitely be there. We had a viewer right now, Tara Mays, just said, "Very nice, your families. Thank you for all your work."
Aw, well, tell her thank you. I feel like this is so great for us. People know about like Daniel Tiger's on TV, and people are watching PBS Kids all the time. I know that you guys have had Rick on the show, Rick
Yeah.
Seaback. He's a WQED staple, and his stuff is so entertaining. But I think people forget that it's also educational, and so I don't even think people understand that there's a whole department. I've got like 8 members on our team that go out and do community engagement and do educational programming and workshops and work with teachers and librarians all over southwestern Pennsylvania. So, we're really excited about the work that we do.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited about it too. I mean, the educational thing right now, especially. So glad you guys are getting into the virtual world too.
Yeah,
Uh,
me too.
All right, so this is happening tomorrow. If you are at home right now, you have a family, you are looking for something to do, this is your ticket for tomorrow. Get in there, and you said it was at 6:30, correct?
6:30. Yep, 6:30
6:30.
tomorrow.
Well, Gina, thank you so much. And if it's a raging success or not, maybe come back, tell us how it went.
I would love to.
All right.
Regardless, I'd love to come back.
Okay, thank you, Gina.
Thank you so much. Take care. Good
All right,
night.
you too. We'll see you later. I mean, I'm not kidding. I just did start watching Daniel Striped Tiger. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into the Jagoff poll when King Friday the 13th actually beat the OG Daniel Tiger, but don't worry about that. All right, so this is what we're doing. Hulk Hogan here means that we are running out of time. We're keeping it going. So a question that went out there to the viewing audience. I threw out a pop quiz with our in-show poll. It's a Charles Grodin off, Pittsburgh's own Charles Grodin. Little did you know that he's from Pittsburgh. It is Seems Like Old Times versus Clifford. Okay, so get your votes in now. I put out a question: what is the specialty dish prepared in the movie? We did not get any answers in the comments on the show, but I did get a text message that said pepperoni chicken. And that came in from I believe Jordan Mack and Georgia Evans, but I hate to say that I don't think it's pepperoni chicken. I think it might be a different use of those words. I could be wrong, but we'll put it out there if you know. What's the specialty dish? Is it pepperoni chicken? I think those are the words, but I don't know if it's the order. So get to your Google machines and try that out. So let's keep this show a rolling. Our next guest is Carolina ready, Dave?
She's ready to roll.
She is ready to roll. All right, well, this is exciting. Oh, hey, what's going on? John, what's happening? Carolina. I didn't know John was going to be here.
Surprise, surprise!
What's happening? It's nice to see you, neighbor. Carolina, Loyola-Garcia. John, what's going on? Hey, how are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. We're hanging in there. We've been playing concerts in front of my house for the past few months, which has been fun. And we thought we would start doing a number for you, and then we can sit down and talk.
That sounds good to me.
Awesome. Ale. like super sophisticated technology here, so we're gonna switch cameras. Check it out.
Oh, you can't do that. Oh my goodness, you did.
Check
Wow,
us
this is
out.
it's like a whole other room. I don't even have two
How are
cameras.
you?
Man, it's great to see you both.
Yeah, good to see you too. Thanks for inviting us. This is
Oh,
great.
thank you so much for doing this. I've been wanting to have you on here forever, but things just kind of get crazy as the days go
I
on.
know, right? And then we think that the thing is gonna be over, and then we're, kind of over, but then we're not really over, and we're all back to April again, and it's like,
Yeah, when we went to Green, we were all like, I don't know if we're ready for Green or if this is gonna last. And then we kind of went to yellowish, and we were somewhere between yellow and green. And I think that's where we're living right now.
yeah.
It's like I think like an olive or like Pete was calling it. Pete, one of our producers, was calling it baby poop green.
Oh yeah. I think that's exactly right. You
So
guys
that's-
with babies would know, right?
Well, hey,
That happened for me a long time ago. So I vaguely remember the poop, the baby poop.
Speaking of baby, how old is your baby now?
My babies, because I have two, right?
That's right, yeah.
The youngest one, the one that you're familiar with, Sophia, she just turned 18 and she graduated high school virtually, obviously, so we had a virtual graduation and a celebration in the park, in Shanley Park, so a bunch of them hung out there, and it was disappointing for all the seniors graduating this, spring, but whatever, we made the best, out of it, and now she's going to college supposedly, but we'll see.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, that's hard. And you teach as well, so this thing has rocked you. I mean,
It's March, right? It's March, and we're like in the middle of a semester, and there's this rumor that this virus and that things might change and whatever. And so overnight, we get notice that we have 3 days to transition all of our classes online, So it's Wednesday, we get the email. So on Monday, we all need to be teaching online, everything, I was like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. We made it happen somehow, but students were really disappointed, especially the seniors, because same for them, like all the graduation and end of the year events and senior show and screenings and all of that didn't happen. So yeah, it was disappointing, but whatever. I mean, we've all been adjusting the best we can to a really bizarre, surreal situation.
I mean, on your gut. I mean, I know that you're not the authority on this, but what do you think's going to happen with schools coming up in September?
Well, I think that, and I am only going to talk about higher ed because that's the area that I am most familiar with. So most schools that are planning to go back in some way, at least my school, is the case, and my daughter's school is the same, and a lot of like mid-size and smaller schools are planning to have hybrid classes and some online content, and I think we're all gonna try, right? But I'm prepared for like mid-September comes and hey, we're transitioning everything online again. I mean, that could easily be the case. Like in my daughter's school, where she's going to Pratt Institute, and on Monday, just 2 days ago, they announced that the residence halls are not gonna open. And they have like 50% of their student population is coming from elsewhere, right? Abroad, elsewhere, right? And so they were all counting, a lot of students were counting on living, in the school, in their dorms, and that's not gonna happen, So they have basically like 2 or 3 weeks to figure out plan B, right? So who knows, Patrick? I mean, it's gonna be, another funky semester, I'm sure.
Yeah, every day is an adventure here. We talk about it on the show all the time because, I mean, obviously I'm not a journalist. We're not journalists here per se, but there's so much news happens and so many things have been changing. It's been minute to minute, not even hour to hour, let alone day to week. So it's like sometimes you have like no news for decades and then you have decades in a day. So I feel like that's what's been happening now. But
yeah, totally. But my feeling has been that like these past few months, like we've gotten into some kind of weird rhythm in my household, and my oldest daughter is living at home now. She lives in Brooklyn, but she's here for the next few weeks. She's supposed to be going back to New York in August, so we'll see. But anyway, we got into a rhythm, and I've been kind of enjoying, like, everything is so precarious, and you cannot really plan anything, and you have to go sort of like day by day almost, right? And there's something about it that reminds me of growing up in Chile. It's like we're living in a developing country all of a sudden, where you have to plan everything, and you need to figure out at what time the bakery is open and at what time this other, because if not, you're not going to be able to get the stuff you need. And then sometimes you get there on time, but there's none left. So it's very much like living in a developing country again, and there's something weirdly comforting about it. It's more human in some way, and there's something, I don't know, like really raw and real about it that I kind of like.
I hear that. I mean, silver lining, but speaking of like raw and community oriented stuff, you guys jumped in and started doing neighborhood concerts.
Yeah. It wasn't our idea. So I live in Highland Park, right? And my community, my neighborhood is really like hands-on in terms of community stuff, right? And so the community council organized these neighborhood concerts because there are a lot of musicians who live in the neighborhood. And so they just asked around, they sent an email to everybody, said, any musicians want to volunteer? We want to do this thing on Sundays, right? And so every Sunday since the end of May, there's been concerts, and a lot of people volunteer. So there's usually 5 to 7 bands playing all around the neighborhood from 7 to 8. We've done 3 shows as part of these community concerts called the Highland Park Porch Concerts. Yeah, and we just basically play in front of my house at a distance. And people sit, on the street, on the sidewalk. People, bring their own chairs. Everybody's very respectful. So people have been wearing masks and staying away from each other. And it's been really, really nice to be able to, get together and rehearse and have like an output for it, right? Mm-hmm. And then being able to share this with, an audience. It's small audiences, like we don't over advertise because we wanted to keep it small so that we can all be safe and comfortable. But we've had like between 20 and 30 people each day, each Sunday, and that's perfect, for this kind of thing. And it's giving us an outlet, So the first show, it was the 2 of us plus Eric Lawrence, and then also Kelsey joined us that day as she sat on a couple of numbers. And then the second and third shows, it was the 2 of us, John, myself, and Jeff Berman. Actually, on the picture that you're seeing on the screen right now, Jeff Berman is behind that one bush. You can't quite see him from this angle. And he's short, so but he's there.
They call it the beating bush.
Yeah. This is something else that I did this spring, actually. I was part of a project called Compass Roses for the Three Rivers Arts Festival. So 20 different artists were curated into this project, and we were asked to draw maps of Pittsburgh, right? And it was completely free in terms of how we wanted to interpret that. It could be an imaginary Pittsburgh, a real Pittsburgh, a Pittsburgh of specific things that you are interested. And so I did this one map that is called Pittsburgh con Arte. And so in my map of Pittsburgh, there's art galleries everywhere. There's tablaos everywhere. There's a free university, free hospital. There's a subway system. There's electric cars. There are parks with beaches where you can swim. Right, there's a lot of water activity, so the rivers are clean in my Pittsburgh. So I sort of dream up a bit what Pittsburgh would be. Plenty of places to buy jamon and chorizo and prosciutto and that sort of thing. And so yeah, it's there are parks to go imagine, things. There are parks of lost dreams, and like. So that was a fun little thing to do, and it was all online. The arts festival this year was all online. So yeah, there's been little things going on that have been interesting.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, you're super creative, and you're never gonna sit still. So I'm not worried that you're not going to find an outlet, but a lot of people had trouble finding it. So you're showing a way. So I mean, thanks for leading and keeping that thing going. And I'm glad you guys have been able to find an outlet, however small. I mean, this show has become mine, in a sense. So it's a few days a week, and it's talking. I don't get to act, but I'm talking to people at least. But
yeah, you're staying connected, and you're, bringing people in, and you're interacting, and you're creating community, which is what the arts do. That's one of the big roles, I think, of the arts, and the way that I practice it is like, community building, right? And that, these ways, are ways of, doing it. I've been in a couple of shows with Mandy this with spring summer also, and she's also, reaching out a lot. I think she kind of works with you guys, right? She takes the Tuesday slot, So we did that with her, and we also did the webathon earlier during the lockdown to raise funds for the artist fund. So yeah, we've been doing a few things, and then something else that's been fun for me, because I have this dance studio, right? And I have not been able to teach dance. Well, I did resume classes in June, like very small classes, but I've been taking classes with I usually spend the summer in Spain studying flamenco. And this year, of course, I couldn't go. So, but my teacher in Spain, in Sevilla, he's been teaching online. So I've been taking classes with him. So 4 hours every week, I am in Sevilla, but I am right here in my studio in Highland Park.
I mean, what's crazy about that is, I mean, people are able to do that now that they could never do before. They're taking classes with like the biggest names in their business. They're from all over the world. Everybody's kind of coming together. So that's a cool thing. And I hope that we can kind of move on and keep some of that when things go on. But I mean, there's some people that we've had on the show here that we've never would have been able to have on the show just because of, what they're up to. But, but I see you fanning yourself. We're running short on time. Maybe you guys could do one more song for us?
Sure. So we'll say goodbye with one more song. I'm gonna switch cameras again. Woo!
Okay, make it happen.
Super technology here.
While you're switching cameras, remember everybody watching at home, our Venmo is @TogetherPGH, and if you want to do that, any money that you kick in, go to the artist, like John and Carolina tonight. So if you can kick in $1, $2, $5, anything helps. If you want to give more than $1, that would be awesome as well. But anything helps. I know everyone's going through donor fatigue right now, but every bit helps. And now, Carolina and John.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Patrick. It's been really nice to be with you guys. This one, the one that we did before is Atientos Tango. It's part of the flamenco tradition. And now we're going to do a song called Adiós Tristeza. We're covering it. It's La Macanita sings it,
I don't hear anything.
What's happening,
Something's
guys?
up.
What happened?
How's it go? I can hear you, Patrick. I can't hear Dave.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know what happened. The system just had a thing.
That track was too hot for the system. That's what happened.
It burned down.
Carolina
the system.
Loyola-Garcia, that was too hot for the system. It burnt it down to the ground.
It burned it down. Fantastic.
John, too hot for TV.
Too hot
That
for
was
TV.
beautiful.
Thank you. The comments have been lighting up. Loved it. Wonderful. I only watched the show for you. All these things are coming in off the wire there. So thank you guys so much.
They could really not hear us.
I think I heard.
No, we could hear you.
Oh,
It sounds
okay.
amazing.
We missed like the last like 10 seconds.
That was the best part.
Right over Pete's head.
No, you guys were there. It was Patrick. Fell off the internet.
We heard you. My internet dropped. You were great. The audience got it.
The internet decided that you guys were between a war between you and Patrick. If only one could stand, you guys won that one.
And that's the bottom line. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And
Guys, good luck with everything.
thank
Stay
you. Keep us
healthy.
posted the next time you do a neighborhood concert or anything.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'll let you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Everyone, don't forget to hit this Venmo here at Together PGH to support the artists on the show tonight. Pete, what's going on, man?
Chilling in the middle of a lake?
Did you ever make it to shore?
No, I never.
Why
made it to shore.
are we even having Pete back on?
Well, I
Dave?
did send Dave a photo from earlier.
Yeah, he's busy, Pete. He's busy.
Well,
You could
if he
you had
finds
an hour. You could
the
have rowed to shore and come back for this thing. We were waiting for you for
Patrick,
this
have you
thing.
ever floated in the middle of a lake on a dinghy?
No,
Well, you should try it. You don't want to come off the lake.
Pete.
I've spent the past 48 hours out here.
Pete,
And I'm
I
sad
don't
I
want
have to come
I
back
don't want to
tomorrow.
ask. I don't want to ask what you did for bodily movements if you're out there for 48 hours. But like, I'm just saying, if you could have just rowed out. It would have been. There was time. I can see the shore, Pete. It's not that far.
What are you talking about? That's like a mile away.
You could row it. Anyway.
I did a couple weeks ago.
So now's a good time, Dave, that we could talk about our other sponsor, Red Star Roasters.
The official camping coffee of Alone Together.
The official camping coffee of Alone Together Pittsburgh. Red Star Roasters, if you go to redstarroasters.com And there you have them. Look at how that
It
is.
looks like it's fake. It's so nice.
It looks like it's fake. It's so real. Go to redstarroasters.com and use the coupon code TogetherPGH. You'll receive 10% off your order. And Red Start Roasters, the only bird-friendly coffee roaster in the Pittsburgh area, is doing free delivery right now. While we're in this pandemic, they're waiving the delivery fees, so you can get on it. Pete, I believe, recommends
Espresso roast.
the espresso roast. So get on it, folks. Red Star Roasters, use the coupon code TogetherPGH. So I think it's a good time to bring out our next guest. Dave, Pete, what do you think?
Yeah.
Got it. You got it. Let me get that sweet
So let's
graphic
get that
queued
sweet
up.
graphic up there. Erin Hart is here for her Wednesday installment. That's right. Hyper local farm stuff with Erin Hart. Oh gosh.
Getting local up. Hi everyone.
Hi, Erin.
So
Erin.
embarrassing. Why do you have to like make it so that like nothing's local?
I don't know why they did that. It was a joke, and for whatever reason, 3 weeks.
I feel like
the joke's still running. You feel like you what?
The lighting is a little weird. Tyra, I feel like you should help me with the lighting. My niece is here. She's my systems person, but she's not like. Don't you think you should? I look.
Oh, Erin,
great.
you have tech support.
You look bronze. You look like you have a tan. Hey there.
All right.
Hi, niece.
This is my niece Kyra.
Hi, Kara. How you
Hello.
doing? Welcome to Alone Together.
So, I'm impressed with your like out on the lake. That's amazing.
Pete's on a lake. He had to one up you when he heard you were going to be in your backyard.
I know. Well, I didn't mean to like. Yeah, so it did get dark fast. I'm
We ran
sitting
long.
in.
I'm sorry.
I'm like right behind us is my. You can see the sunflower in the profile, which is awesome. And I put on my Fresh Fest shirt to support Fresh Fest 2020. It's
Like
really,
you should.
it's honestly been one of my favorite days of the year. Like in 2019 and 2018, I went to both Fresh Fests at Nova Place. So everybody should get their tickets because even though it's not happening in person, it will be a incredible time. August 8th, it's coming like in 9 days. So it's next. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. What's amazing about being there live is that like I'm 47, so I'm a little older. And my sister, who is only 2 years younger than me, but she feels like she's a lot cooler than me. She always goes with me to Fresh Fest, and she's like, these people are. It's like a millennial throwdown. Like there's like video happening. There's like major influencers from all over the country, always involved with this event. So
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
if you're a potential sponsor for events and you're not involved in Fresh Fest, you should definitely get involved because the whole entire like event it's just so appealing. And I did the farm to table event from 2007 through this year, so like 14 times. And I always feel like people were like, "Oh, Erin, your event was great," and I was like, "Oh, great, thanks." And there was all this like a friction because it was so stressful. But at Fresh Fest, I go to that. So I hate events because of farm to table. But then at Fresh Fest, I'm like, this event was so much fun, and I appreciate like so much attention is paid to like so many details. So
yeah, they do a great job. We have Day on Fridays, and he's been
I
giving
know,
us the
that's
updates
great.
as everything keeps changing.
Yeah.
So we're all really excited for it.
yeah, I know it'll be good.
Yeah.
So-
So
Great. I love that this like you're on that lake. So are you in a kayak, Pete?
yeah, Pete.
Dinghy. Dave and I are obsessed with them, so we both have them, and I've been taking mine to. I'm out near Altoona right now at Raystown Lake, and so
Cool,
I'm just
that's
floating
awesome.
around.
Guys,
If
I
you
gotta-
ever, honestly, if you ever want to like venture out and you need like a group to go with, we have a family like wolf pack. I mean, it could be like 4 to 20 people. we text. I love all these like local excursions.
So speaking of local excursions, what's
Yeah.
new? What's new in
Right.
the farmers market
Farmers
roundup for
market.
this week? What's going on?
Um, so I'm excited about the online ordering still from the Bloomfield market and some of those other markets. But I was on a call this morning with the Food Trust, and I sent it over to Pete, um, who's floating on the lake. Like the list of farmers markets that are turning food stamps into extra food. So there are markets throughout, it's mostly in Allegheny County, but like the Bellevue, Bloomfield, Braddock, Carrick, downtown, through like all the way through Wilkinsburg. There's a list of like 15 markets where you can redeem your food stamps and get $2 extra every time you spend $1 on fruits and vegetables.
Oh wow.
On extra fruits and vegetables and it's all local food. And there's also corner stores and supermarkets. So like Carl's Cafe in Rankin, or the East End Food Co-op, or the In-N-Out Corner Market in McKees Rocks. There's Rocks Express, Produce Marketplace in Clarendon. There's all these different places where you can take what you, like the money that you get through food stamps, and amplify it through this program. And then there's also the Green Grocer network, and we'll post the link so that everybody can like click over to it. So you can like shop local and also get more for your dollars by
Awesome.
fresh fruits and vegetables.
Well, that's great. That's the key.
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right, this is good. What anything else pop off since last week?
I did go out to like some farm stores and
how was
buy some, like corn and tomatoes myself, and some pep. And I'm growing a ton. Well, I wanted to show you guys the garden, but it did get a little dark.
Sorry.
Which I'm okay with because
Okay.
I'm self-conscious. But like I have a ton of like peppers and tomatoes growing in our garden right now, and a lot of herbs.
Did you make it to the downtown farmers market?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go.
I hate myself. Like
I
I'm
don't
so
hate that.
embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have asked if I would have known the answer was no. I was like leading you to.
Well,
the,
no, I
we had
appreciate you
talked about
asking
that.
me because I need to be like, but because I like, so I'm like sitting at a desk, and also my kids are like, for 1 month a year, they're a year apart, so they're 9, 10, and 11, and my niece, Kyra, who doesn't want to get on with me,
We saw
and
her for a second. That's good.
yeah, they've been staying with us this week. So no, we did not get out there, but which is why like it's tough, you know, when you're working and have all these damn kids.
Oh no, I'm just
Hard.
saying like I just wanted you to say it went really well. You know.
I know, Patrick. I can't. I know. I should learn how to fake it.
You don't have to fake it. You don't have to fake it.
In my
Like,
next life,
you could
I'll
have
learn
said,
how to
you
fake
could
it.
have. I don't want you to fake it. I want honesty here. But you could have said something along the
Yeah.
lines of, you know, I talked to some people. They really like it.
Well, I have talked to some farms, so
Okay, great. And how?
I know that like farmers markets are going very well for farms, but attendance is way down, which doesn't surprise me very much. So what the Bloomfield market said was they have like 1,000 less people per week, but their sales are up from last year. So
Okay.
that's good, like for farms, and it's good for Western PA because we want our farmers to grow as much as they can and sell it to us as, you know, as often as possible because it's such good food. I mean, that's the point. So maybe my point is like, yeah, I don't make it to farmers markets because I'm working all the time. And then when I'm not working, I'm like, I'm like, my work is exhausting.
You don't have to. It's still
So,
your work.
I know.
I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. I don't think
know,
anyone is
but-
judging you.
But
You're
I
like the
did run
biggest
out to like,
champion
so
for-
I drove out. So I get a CSA every week. So I get a CSA share.
Great.
That's like eggs and a bunch of veggies and also coffee. So there's a local roaster that I get my coffee beans from. Managed to go through more than a pound of coffee a week. in our house because we drink a lot of coffee. But I go out to these farm stores. So I went to Simmons yesterday morning. I got a cherry pie that was literally hot out of the oven. So I came home, and I am gluten free, but no one else in our house is. We had like 8 people here. And so everybody had pie for dinner last night, and they had pie for breakfast this morning. And so like I just was like slicing up tomatoes and putting a ton of salt on them and putting them out on the table. And also now, which you can see behind me, is a garden in the twilight. But there's a lot of tomato plants and peppers, and basil, mint, a lot of different herbs. So we like come out here, and I just come out and grab stuff and put it on like a plate. Like when I'm making dinner, we have fresh fruits and vegetables available always, and the kids love it. So my kids, like, are you making fun of me?
No,
I feel like
I'm
you're
laughing because it's awesome. I should show you my garden. I have a little mini starter garden this year. You should.
I know.
come over
I
and
have to.
look at
I
it.
should come over, and we should do on Fresh Fest Day,
Okay,
which is
we
August.
We should go in my backyard
like
and
a-
stretch out like a distance.
Yeah, I want to like
watching of
go
what's
around
going
and
on.
like drop off 6-packs to people, and
Okay, I will take
like-
that.
yeah, Jackie Paige Heidelberg from Love Rocks Cafe is
Right.
going to be doing a cooking demo. So we will be like streaming live.
That's awesome.
I will be helpers that day. So whatever she needs, I'll be there on call.
I got
So
one.
I want to like help people experience some joy. And that's what Fresh Fest is all about.
That's awesome. I got one.
Because that's what Farm to Table is all about too.
Got you. I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
The farmers market in Bloomfield.
Yes.
Can you or which farmers markets like in the general area? I think you had mentioned something before, but I didn't catch it quite. Can you order in advance and they have it ready for you, like a la curbside at a farmers market?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. So the Bloomfield market, you can go on to their website and they will link you to all the different farmers that you can order from, like right on the Bloomfield market site.
Mm-hmm.
Set up
Awesome.
like retail. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. I know everybody's innovating so fast. It's awesome.
That's so great. Well,
Yeah, and Bloomfield's year round. So once you get used to Bloomfield, I mean, if you live on the east side, like East End,
Mhm.
Anywhere east of,
the curbside sold for me. I will be there Saturday at
Yeah.
some point between 9 and 1 this week for sure.
yeah.
But the sun is
Awesome.
going down, and
I know.
And we're gonna have to bid you adieu. For,
It's great seeing
for
you
today.
guys. Thank
Nice
you
to see
for
too. Have you
including
ever,
us.
okay, sure thing. Have you ever seen Midnight Run?
I have not.
Okay, great. So we're going to say goodbye to Erin right now. We're
I
going to
know.
move on to
Sorry.
talk briefly about Midnight Run, the 32-year-old buddy cop movie for about the last 5 minutes, which was supposed to be 20, but now it's going to be like 3 minutes of the show.
Fresh Fest.
Fresh Fest, everybody.
Get your
Fresh
tickets.
Fest, DigiFest. Get it going.
Get
Erin Hart,
to.
Farm to Table. Thank you, Erin Hart. Hyperlocal. We'll have a different graphic for you next
let's
week. I
upgrade
promise.
the logo.
I promise. You'll have a different logo for next week. All right, folks. We are kind of winding down the show. We want to tell you a couple other things. Keep hitting this Venmo. We're going to open up. This isn't going to take long. But we were going to start a little thing called the in-show poll, the Charles Grodin 2 shows. How's the vote going, Dave? Has anyone voted?
What's your prediction? Because I know you were like Clifford. Who likes that movie? When we were talking about it before.
I'm pulling for that old feeling.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm sure you have friends that have all voted for Clifford just to prove me wrong.
All of my friends are Clifford people and have no idea what the heck the show. But who knows? You know what I mean? Coke and Pepsi. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Pepsi is the best, right? Everybody.
Chicken pepperoni.
Boom. Seems
Oh,
like
it's
old
close.
time, 60% to 40% on Clifford. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. We're gonna do a little thing, Dave. I know we're over time right now. This is technically we're over. Should we punt on Midnight Run, or should we talk about it? I mean, if you're watching, shoot a message here. Do you want us to do the Midnight Run talk tonight, or should we punt till tomorrow?
Because we could give people time to watch it, because I feel like we had threats. We had lots of vague threats about having a movie club, and now we were actually pulling the trigger. I feel like we are Peter and the wolf, and the movie is the wolf, and we are Peter.
Are we gonna punt this till tomorrow? Is what I'm saying.
Your buddy's gone. He's not in the system anymore.
He's not in the system. He's not there. He's not there.
He's gone. He went gonzo. He looked like he started falling asleep. Pete's gone. It's just us.
We had some people that were going to chime in. If you're in the comments section, you've got everyone keeps correcting the spelling. Charles Grodin, Pittsburgh zone. Charles Grodin. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. In lieu, we're going to try. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow. Maybe we'll punt to tomorrow for the movie club, because we ran a little long here. This happens. We cut bits. Bits get cut all the time. There's genius things that get cut out of movies when they're trying to get them under time. I'm sorry to all the people that I talked to about, but now you've got time to ask some questions to try to stump me on Midnight Run.
And you know what? The comments aren't even working tonight. They're not coming into the system. Screw it.
I know that there was a problem with YouTube. I've been getting text messages. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it a tie for the winner of the chicken pepperoni vote. Has anybody else voted since you showed this, Dave?
No, I say we call it 60-40. I hate to see it, but seems like old times. I think that takes the cake.
Okay,
tonight.
So there you have it. So seems like old time. The trivia question I put out there was chicken pepperoni. We got a text message that was pepperoni chicken, and then my wife came in. My boy Nick is watching right now. Nick, come back tomorrow, Nick. We are gonna do the talk tomorrow. About Midnight Run. It's going to be great. We're going to talk soundtrack. I might try to have a surprise guest. Nick is going to chime in maybe to talk about the soundtrack. Okay? It's good. Salazzo's got the discs, and I got 2 words for you. Shut the fuck up. That is from Midnight Run. I'm just giving you a little taste. There's going to be a lot more tomorrow. Okay? Nick A., you're going to bring it. Charles Grodin is a Pittsburgh hero, and we're going to bring that in there. So that wins. So Dave, let's talk about the big, the Lil Big Jagoff poll. We're going to go overnight with the in-show Jagoff polls. There's 16 of the winners of the in-show Jagoffs that are going to go at this right now. Dave, what's the showdown?
This is where it gets fun, man. This is where the underdogs start fighting each other out like crabs in a crab pot to become the big crabs or dogs. You know what I mean? So, this is where I think where the rubber hits the road. And tonight, there's lots of rubber because we've got the Dippy Egg versus the Pittsburgh Potty. That's right, Dippy versus Potty. 2 things. They sound disgusting back to back, but you know what? That's the way Pittsburgh wants it. That's the way Pittsburgh's going to get it.
They somehow go together. In some weird way. The Pittsburgh Potty versus the Dippy Egg. Get your voting on right now. It should be live right now if you go to togetherpgh.com. It might not be live right now, but it might be live in an hour.
Give it a good 20 minutes. We need Pete to get on shore and catch a signal.
Once Pete gets on shore, he's just floating around on his dinghy out there. So I'm sorry to everyone that we weren't going to able to get to Midnight Run, but it will be tomorrow. We wet your beak for it. We've gotten the taste. We even did the Grodin off at the start of the show. We've got stories about Charles Grodin and the making of this movie that I have found, but also I just want to talk about it because I am a fan. So tomorrow we are going to bump a guest, and we are going to do Film Club Midnight Run tomorrow, and hoping that Nick chimes back on. Thank you all for joining us, and the numbers are starting to get better in Allegheny County with COVID, but they're not good enough yet. So what I'm hoping for is that everyone that's watching right now can kind of suck it up, wear the mask. No, it's not political. Just wear your mask, be clean. Remember what Sally Wiggins said.
When I walk out and there's someone without a mask and they come too close to me, I'm just racked with fear, and then I want to punch them in the face.
Come on.
It's a kid's show, Sally. It's a kid's show.
Don't disappoint Sally, okay? Wear your mask, wash your hands, do the social distancing, take care. If you get takeout from a restaurant, which I highly recommend you doing it, tip on your takeout. I know you don't do it, but believe me, the money's going to go a lot farther right now. So tip well. Keep your distance from people and take care of each other. Thank you all for watching. The Venmo is going to be live 24/7 if you want to kick in at togetherpgh.com. Thank you. Remember, Engine House 25 Winery has $5 off per bottle, and Red Star Roasters, togetherpgh.com, get you 10% off. Thank you all. We will see you tomorrow night. Gene Stovall will be here. Kate Romaine is going to come back with a regular segment, and I'm going to bump a guest so we can do the Midnight Run discussion. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.